Hi, I'm Sally, and today we've got a very simple beginner's flow. It is designed to be for people who have never stepped on a yoga mat. So if you've never done yoga, give this a go. Do what you can, forget about the rest of it. If you've got a couple of blocks at home, that would be useful to have with you. If you haven't, then something like hard Tupperware is a really good substitute. And maybe grab a blanket or a couple of cushions or a bolster if you have one. Do what you can, forget about the rest, and just enjoy it. So we're going to start in a seated position today. So you can sit any way that is comfortable for you. I'm going to sit on a couple of blocks, but you could sit on cushions, you could sit in a chair. Just sit any way that is comfortable for your body. Doesn't have to be with crossed legs. You could bring the soles of feet together. You could stretch the legs out in front of you. Just sit in a way that feels comfortable. And close down the eyes. And just pay attention to how it feels in your body today. Just noticing the way that the breath is moving through the body. Noticing the connection between your body and the floor. And starting to deepen the breath a little bit now. Breathing into your ribs. And noticing the rise and fall of belly. Rise and fall of ribs. And I like to set an intention when I practice. It just helps me focus. It helps me connect a little bit more to why I'm on the mat. So our intention for practice today is very simple, and that is just to connect to the breath. So let your awareness rest on the breath. Watching each breath as it moves in and out of your body. And we're going to start our practice with a very simple breathing exercise, box breath. And all you need to do is breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. Hold the breath for 4. Out through the nose for 4. And hold the breath out for 4. And we'll keep going in this way, breathing in through the nose for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Out through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. And holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now just take a couple more rounds on your own. And if you need to lengthen the count or shorten the count to make it work for you, go ahead and do that. Just slow, steady breath. In through the nose, holding, out through the nose, and then holding out. And finishing the round that you're on. So when you come to the exhale and the hold out, that's the end of that round. When you're finished, just come back to a natural breath in and out through the nose. Noticing the movement of breath. And noticing the way that the breath moves your body, how it starts to create space here. And from here, we'll come into cat-cow pose. So coming into tabletop position to start, moving any blocks or cushions out of the way, coming onto hands and knees. Stacking your joints, so knees are underneath hips, wrists are under your shoulders here. Spread your fingers wide and press down through the knuckles. Take a breath in, lift the chest. Breathe out and round up through your shoulder blades. Inhale to drop the belly, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, push down through the knuckles and spread the upper back. Just keep rolling through here, rolling through your spine. And if it feels a little uncomfortable on the knees, you might like to pad up with a blanket or even cushions. That's how I started, cushions under the knees. And from here, you can start to move in any direction. So that might be rolling through your hips. You might circle the hands. You might roll the head and neck a little. Doesn't really matter how you move here. Start to listen to what the body needs and offer it that. Coming into feeling rather than thinking. So just take a few more rounds of this, rolling through the spine. Starting to get out of the creaks and working through the kinks. And then come back to stillness in your tabletop. Take a breath in through the nose. Just let it go through your mouth. Coming into a kneeling position here. And if you're on a hard floor, you might like padding under the knees. You could use a blanket. You might use a couple of cushions. Or take gate pose. So start with your right leg out to the side, toes face forward. Breathe in, left arm lifts. As you exhale, bending over to the right side. Right hand slides down your leg. And it doesn't matter here how far you go. If you move an inch, it's all good. Breathe in, reach up through the fingertips. Breathe out and soften into the side bend. So we're moving deeper here with the breath, rather than forcing physically deeper, breathing into each pose. Sending breath into the side of your ribs, breathing into left ribs. Notice the space that the breath is making here. Come back to center on the inhale. Come back to a kneeling position. We'll take the other side. Left leg up to the side, toes face forward. And if you need to adjust the right leg here, all good. Breathe in, lengthen up through the right. Exhale and side bend. It's letting the head and neck be soft here. It doesn't have to be in any particular position, whatever's comfortable for you. Breathing into right ribs. So you're lengthening up through the side of the right body, softening deeper into the bend as you breathe out. Pressing down through left foot. Just let the head and neck be soft. Coming back to center as you inhale. And we'll come to stand at the top of the mat. I'm going to face you, but feel free to stand at the top of the mat. Standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. So palms face forward, feet are hip distance. Pick up your toes and spread them wide here. So you're fully connecting to the ground, connecting the whole of your foot to the floor. Lightly pressing down through the outside edges of the feet. Consciously soften the body. Let the knees soften. Let the shoulders soften down your back. Let them go. Take a breath in through the nose. And just let it go through your mouth. Maybe this time we add a sigh. Breathe in through the nose. Sigh it out through the mouth. You can have a little shake here, a little wriggle out. We're going to come into tree pose, Vrikshasana. So there's loads of options here. You might like to move to a wall. You might like to hold the back of a chair. You can also grab a block or something like a block if you don't have one. Start to shift the weight between your feet. Next time the weight is in the left foot, stay there. Right knee draws up, take it out to the side, and you can connect the leg, the right foot, to your left leg. If this doesn't work for you, hold a chair. You can bring your foot to a block. Maybe you even go to the wall and lean your back against the wall. There's so many options here. Do what works for your body. Hands can be on hips. You can take the arms out wide for balance. You could bring the hands together in prayer. And breathe. Often when we balance, the breath gets super shallow. The body tenses up. We start to wobble. Take a deeper breath. And just notice how stability comes. And if you wobble and fall out 100 times, it doesn't matter. Laugh it off, come back in. We start where we are, we meet ourselves where we're at. Practice opens up everything. You found your way to the mat, that's what matters here. And maybe if you're feeling solid here, you might like to play with taking the arms up. Maybe closing down the eyes. Suddenly everything changes when we take the vision out of this pose. It's up to you, have a little play. Make it work for your body. Couple more breaths here. Then slowly release the foot to the floor. Coming to stand at the top of your mat. We'll start with the right foot forward. Take the left leg behind you. Coming into a high lunge. Now you've got two options here. You can keep the knee up or you can bring the knee to the ground. It's totally up to you, whatever feels better in your body. Arms up to the sky. Lengthen up through the ribs as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, twisting open to the right. Arms up as you inhale. Twist to the left as you exhale. Breathe in, lengthen up, reach for the sky. Exhale and twist right. Arms up as you inhale. Twisting open to the left. One more time here. Breathe in to lengthen up. Twist to the right. Arms up on the inhale. Opening to the left, and this time we're going to stay here. So pressing down through the balls of the feet, through your back knee if it's down. Just reach out long through the arms. So you're open through the chest, open through the shoulders. Spread your palms wide, spread your fingers wide, and breathe. Just notice where the breath is moving in this pose. Notice the movement through the ribs, through the chest, through the belly. One more here. Release the arms and come back up to a standing position. Coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. So feet roughly hip distance, palms forward. Reconnect to your breath. Just notice breath moving through the body. Notice rise and fall of belly, rise and fall of ribs. And notice places where you're gripping, where you can soften a little. Shoulders, knees. Soften the breath. So we'll come into tree pose on the other side. So grab any props that you're using, a block, maybe the chair or the wall. If you need to move to the wall, go for it. Start to shift your weight between the feet. And this time when the weight is in the right foot, stay there. Left knee draws up. Take it out to the side. Connecting left foot against the right leg, tree pose. Now, if you feel wobbly, you can bring the toes to a block. You can hold a chair. You can move to the wall. You might take the arms out to the side for a little balance. Maybe hands in prayer. Remember the breath. When we get nervous or when we get tense, the breath gets super shallow. The body tenses up and we start to wobble. So take a deeper breath. Find the place of stability in this pose. Maybe taking arms up if that feels right to you. Maybe playing with closing down the eyes. Shifting the perspective in this pose. And if you fall, if you wobble, it doesn't matter. Laugh it off, come back in. We'll take a few more breaths here, playing with tree pose in any way that feels right to you. And then slowly releasing foot to the floor. Just give the standing leg a shake. And then come to stand at the top of your mat. Left leg is forward this time. Right leg back behind you. Knee up or down. If you'd prefer to have the knee on the floor, pat it up, go for it. Arms up to the sky. As you breathe in, lengthen through the ribs. Breathe out, twist open to the left. Inhale, arms to center. Opening to the right. Breathe in, arms to sky. Open left. Last time, arms to center. Open right and stay in the twist this time. So you're pressing ground away through balls of the feet, through the back knee if it's on the ground. Just reach out long through the arms. Sometimes we forget about the arms. They get a bit floppy. Make them active. Spreading palms, spreading fingers too. Reconnect to breath. Breathing into ribs. Moving breath around the body, creating space. Unblocking any tension you're holding. Couple more here. Reach out long through the shoulders. Pressing down through the feet. Let go of the arms. Coming back to a standing position. Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet to hip distance. Palms forward. Knees are soft. Let your shoulders soften too. Close down the eyes. And either bring the hands together at your heart, or you can lay the hands over the top of the heart too. Take a breath in through the nose. Let it go through your mouth. One more like that. Big inhale, fill up. And just let go. Bowing your head a little. Acknowledging yourself for making time and space to get on your mat. Making time and space just for you. Acknowledging your body. Acknowledging your breath. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.